Well, I'm just going to steal it from the Pickles Twitter account. The Picks are hot. Coming off another sweep against the Walla Walla Sweets. The Pickles back at home to take on the Sweets for game one of a three-game series here at Walker Stadium. Once again, we welcome you here to Lentz Park, everyone. Ben Creighton on hand for another night of Pickles baseball. Again, the Pickles are absolutely on fire. They have won 10 of their last 11 West Coast League games, 15 of their last 16 total. Again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, they are absolutely on a roll right now as we get to the starting lineups. First for the Walla Walla Sweets, coming into this one 9-15 on the summer. Paul Myro will lead it off, the shortstop. Parker Price, the second baseman, hitting second. Colin Wetterow, the catcher, right now in top 10 in batting average in the West Coast League, hitting .322. He'll be hitting third. Eli Payton, the first baseman, hitting in the cleanup spot. Nico Corey, the left fielder, hitting fifth. Justin Foles, the third baseman, hitting sixth. Seth Ryberg, the right fielder, hitting seventh. Jack Sheward, the designated hitter, will be in the eighth spot. And Matt Clark, the center fielder, will be rounding out the lineup for the Walla Walla Sweets. Bradley McVay will get the start on the hill tonight for the Pickles. 3-2 on the season, making his seventh start this summer, coming in with a 3.46 ERA with 34 strikeouts. Right now tied for second in the West Coast League. One of the most dominant pitchers in the West Coast League so far up to this point. Again, the Pickles, their fourth straight game against the Walla Walla Sweets after coming off a sweep against them up in Washington this past weekend. So they look to continue their consecutive winning streak against this Walla Walla Sweets squad. As we are ready to go here at Walker Stadium, McVay will face off against Paul Myro to lead things off. First offering from McVay. First pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Chad Little calling balls and strikes behind the dish tonight. John Poland out in the infield. Next offering from McVay. And there's a strike on the inside. And the big story coming into tonight, Jim Hopple serving as the manager tonight. Mag suspended for 2 games, so he will be back on Thursday night. That one into center field. Backing up is Carter Booth, and he makes the squeeze for out number 1. And I'll bring up Parker Price for the first time tonight, the second baseman. Looking at the defensive assignments for the Pickles tonight, Evan Leibel behind the dish, Ivan Luna at first base, Justin DeCrisio at second, Connor Hendricks at short, Noah Guyette at third base, Matt Jew, Carter Booth, Ryan Gardino rounding out the outfield for the Pickles tonight defensively. Price fouls it off, 0-1. Price hitting .264 this season, 14 hits, 7 RBIs for him as we are underway with the second half of the season. 0-1 for McVay. That one above the letters, 1-1. That one way inside as Price had to get out of the way of that one. Price did not play this past spring for Northwest Nazarene in their deep postseason run, had a year off due to injury. Here's the Portland Pilot, comes home with a 2-1. That one also into center field. Carter Booth running over and not able to track it down. That gets past Booth and will roll all the way to the warning track. And Parker Price is in there with a stand-up double. And now I'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Colin Wetterow, the catcher, as I mentioned before. In the top 10 in the West Coast League in batting average this season so far, hitting .322. Of course, the top hitter for this Walla Walla squad. 29 hits, 9 RBIs for Wetterow. Looking to get his 10th here in the top of the first. Looking to trade places with Parker Price. First pitch, upstairs. Pickles took Game 3 of the series up in Walla Walla back on Sunday night, 8-1, thanks to a 6-run top half of the 7th for Portland. Burns the outside, 1-1. Ivan Luna with 2 RBIs in that one on Sunday. 1-1 for McVay. Over on the right side, foul. McVay home with the 1-2. Fouled off as Wetterow stays alive.
Pickles, a team that has been pitching the ball very effectively so far this summer, second in the WCL in ERA as a team. Big reason for that is Bradley McVay back to the mound here, working slightly from the first base side of the rubber. Deals another 1-2 pitch.
And continues to battle, still 1-2. McVay coming off a 3.41 ERA campaign up on the bluff for the Pilots under head coach Jeff Loomis. 1-2 all over again on the right side. Ivan Luna flips it over to McVay. And there's out number 2 as Wetterow thought he beat it out, but 2 down as Parker Price will move up to third. And here comes Eli Payton to the box. .268 this season for Payton. 5 RBIs. That one tipped into the net.
Payton 5 for 12 in that series against the Pickles, and like Parker Price at third, going to take a lot of time off due to injuries. Did not play this past spring at UCLA due to a meniscus injury. Here's the 0-1.
Once again to the right side, and that'll be the third out. Walla Walla threatened with a runner on third with 2 down. Bradley McVay gets out of it with the Pickles coming to the plate for the first time tonight on the other side.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Mark Kokodinski will get the start on the bump tonight for the Walla Walla Sweets out of Loyola Marymount. So we have a pair of West Coast Conference arms battling it out tonight here in Game 1 of this 3-game set here at Walker Stadium. As we take a look at the lineups for the first time tonight for the Portland Pickles, Justin DeCrisio will be hitting in the leadoff spot. The second baseman, Noah Guyette, hitting second. Matt Jew, the left fielder, hitting third. Ryan Gardino will be in the cleanup spot. Leo Mosby, the defending West Coast League Player of the Week, and right now fourth in the West Coast League, hitting .351, will be hitting in the fifth spot. And not surprising, him getting that recognition walking it off not just once but twice last week against the Cowlitz Black Bears. He's been on an absolute tear in the last week. Evan Leibel hitting 6th, Connor Hendricks, the shortstop, in the 7th spot, Ivan Luna hitting 8th, and Carter Booth rounding out the lineup for the Pickles. First pitch to Justin DeCrisio, called a strike on the upper half. Kokodinsky, 2-0 record, making his 4th start. 20 strikeouts this season. DeCrisio into center field. Coming in, Matt Clark, and makes the diving snag. Makes the catch on center. 1 down for the Pickles. As I'll bring up Noah Guyette. And another big story, obviously, that we'll get into throughout this broadcast tonight, the MLB draft being held over the last couple of days. A plethora of former Pickles hearing their name called. We'll get into them as the broadcast goes on, as Noah Guyette takes a first pitch strike. Of course, the highlight of this 2021 draft class, when you talk about former Pickles, is former Washington State Cougar Kyle Manzardo. It was just 2 years ago where he was tearing it up here at Walker Stadium. That one outside, 1-1. Guyette, that one foul, 1-2.
Kokodinsky has been utilized both as a bullpen arm and a starter. He is 2-0, 2.04 ERA. That's the 3rd best mark of qualified pitchers in the West Coast League. This is his 8th appearance on the hill, his 4th start.
229 this season for Noah Guyette, sliced opposite way. Foles across the diamond for the 2nd out. And I'll bring up Matt Jew. One of the several Pickles hitters in this lineup, hitting over 300, hitting 306. 19 hits, 11 ribbies for Matt Jew.
4 hits, 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored in a 3-game set against the Sweets back at Burlesque.
First offering, first pitch strike.
For Mason Kokodinsky, his last appearance against the Yakima Valley Pippins resulted in a win. 5 innings, 2 earned runs, and a season-high 8 strikeouts. 0-1 pitch.
Has to duck out of the way of that one, 1-1.
Ball and 1 strike. Nobody on here bottom of the first.
Jew back on Sunday night, 1 for 4 with a RBI in that 8-1 win to secure the sweep up in Walla Walla.
Owns the all-time series by a count of 9-6. 7th all-time meeting here in Walker Stadium between these two teams.
1-1.
1 pitch, swing and a miss there.
Goes chasing down low, 1-2.
1-2 is the count. Pickles have won the last 4 matchups going back to the last West Coast League season between these two teams. Here's the 1-2. Fastball is up, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Lays off the high stuff, 2-2.
Kokodinsky primarily
Matt Jew, one of the several Santa Clara Broncos on this Pickles roster who have really been producing inside the box this season. We'll see another one coming up later in the lineup. 2's home. High chopper over to 3rd. Once again to Foles, over to 1st. Just in time for the final out. Quick 1, 2, 3, bottom half of the 1st. We go to the 2nd. Still goose eggs on the scoreboard between Portland and Walla Walla.
Where'd you get that shirt? Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles. Portland Pickles? Where can I get that? I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch stand at the games. What kind of stuff do they sell there? Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers. That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some up. Hey, you definitely should.
Catch every new Portland Pickles and Wild Wild West League merch drop at pickleshop.com.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym B FAST. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Nico Corey will be leading it off here for the Walla Walla Sweets in the top half of the second. Still no score between the Pickles and the Sweets. And as I mentioned before, a plethora of former Pickles hearing their name called in the last couple of days in the MLB draft as McVay has his first pitch foul. I mentioned Kyle Manzardo taken in the second round by the Tampa Bay Rays. A tremendous career up in Pullman for Washington State. Third team All-American as McVay comes home. That one sky deep into right field. Ryan Gardino underneath it for the first out. As I mentioned about Manzardo, third team All-American, the first position player to win All-American honors for Washington State since John Olerud. Pretty good company right there. And I saw yesterday he was the first position player taken that high in the MLB draft, talking about Washington State since Scott Hatterberg. So again, pretty good company right there. First pitch, high and away, 1-0. Justin Foles, the third baseman, stepping in here. Hack and a miss, 1-1. 250 this summer so far for Justin Foles. 20 hits, 5 RBIs as he's down 1-2. And Manzardo, not the only former Pickle and not the only former Coug to hear his name called in the last couple of days. Off the fist foul. Of course, we'll get into that later on as the broadcast goes on. One, 2 from Bradley McVay. Fouls it off again, this time off the end of the bat. One, 2 all over again. That one way high and outside.
Season high 11 strikeouts as well for Bradley McVay, and which the 14th against Utah Valley. So far this season, 8 strikeouts. This is high June 30th against Wenatchee. Here's a 2-2.
2-2 to Foles, swing and a miss. And McVay, one of the top strikeout throwers in the league, gets his first K of the night. Now bring up Seth Ryberg. 265 this season. 22 hits and 11 RBIs. One of 3 Sweets to be in double digits RBIs this season. First pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. from Bradley McVay. Opposite way. 3 down. And a quick top half of the second. Bottom 2 we go. Still no score.
Where'd you get that shirt? Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles. Portland Pickles? Where can I get that? I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch tent at the games. What kind of stuff do they sell there? Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers. That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some.
To the bottom half of the second we go. Both the Pickles and the Sweets still looking for their first runs of the evening as Ryan Gardino will step into the box for the first time tonight. Gardino, 300, another one of those Pickles, hitting above that mark. 18 hits, 11 ribbies so far for Gardino. Solid night back on Sunday for Gardino. Went 2 for 4 with an RBI in Game 3 of that series against the Sweets up in Walla Walla as he takes a ball up high. Again, the Pickles absolutely rolling right now. Have won 10 of their last 11 league games, 15 of their last 16 total. 2-0. That lone loss in West Coast League play during that streak came last week in Game 2 of that series against the Cowlitz Black Bears in that 7-0 loss. Outside of that, this Pickles squad has been on fire. Gardino ripped into left field. That's going to be a fair ball, rolling all the way to the wall. Gardino taking a hard turn around first, and he'll be in there with a stand-up leadoff double. And that will bring up the West Coast League Player of the Week in Leo Mosby. .351 this season for Leo Mosby. That ranks 4th in the West Coast League up to this point. Again, coming off a tremendous week. Not really that surprising that he won Player of the Week honors. Walked it off not once but twice. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Had that walk-off 3-run home run in the bottom of the 9th in Game 1 against the Cowlitz Black Bears, and then just 2 nights later to win the series, had that walk-off into the alley in right center. 1-0 to Mosby. 1-1. Mosby now the Pickles leader in RBIs with 18. Looking to get 19 here and trade places with Ryan Gardino early on in the second. Fouls it off, 1-2. And in the last 6 games, Mosby has hit 10 of 21 with 8 RBIs. Not just the Pickles, but Mosby individually in the box has been rolling. 1-2. Fights it off, still 1-2.
Considering they walked 29 batters in those 3 games against the Pickles this past weekend.
1-2 on repeat.
Slider outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Opponent sitting just 132 this year against Mason Kokodinsky with just under 1. 20 strikeouts and 22 innings of work. 11 walks, 10 hits. Set the belt, third base side of the rubber, 2-2.
Mosby takes 2-2 upstairs, 3-2.
Runner at second base and a person of Ryan Gardino following the double. They're going to lead things off in the bottom of the second. No score between the Sweets and the Pickles in Game 1 of this 3-game set. This team's playing 6 consecutive games against one another to end their first halves and start the second.
Payoff from Kokodinsky.
Foul straight back.
Fouls it off as we remain full.
game stretch this year. ERA is just over 5 in his first year in Walla Walla. He's made great strides. He's really found his rhythm. Fastball and the slider working extremely well for him. He's really developed the slider in particular over the last year.
Payoff all over again, and Mosby again fighting it off.
A good battle brewing between these two players. The count remains full. One hit in the ball game for both teams. Both doubles. Parker Price to the Sweets to right center. Gardino down the left field line to start this inning. 23rd pitcher for Kokodinsky coming up.
Let's do the 3-2 again. Mosby. And again foul into the berm. As Leo Mosby and Mark Kokodinsky continue to have a good battle here in the bottom of the second.
Mosby's got about 5 pitches so far. Seen just about everything Kokodinsky has. We'll see what he goes with here. Trying the fastball.
10th pitch of the AB. Breaking ball called, strike 3 on the outside. As Mosby goes down looking. Thought he had ball 4 and a free pass to first, but one down here for Portland in the second. And here comes Evan Leibel. A matchup of a pair of LMU Lions here. Mark Kokodinsky this past season down at Loyola Marymount had a 5.11 ERA with 11 strikeouts. Evan Leibel going up against him right now. First pitch to Leibel. Breaking ball inside for a ball.
10 for 40 on the year is Leibel. 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts, and he's stolen 2 bases.
Leibel hit 182 with 3 RBIs this past season with the Lions. 1-0 to Leibel. Fouls it off. 1-1. Leibel this summer, though, 250 in the box, 10 hits, and 5 RBIs.
Third place in the North Division entering tonight's game overall as they start up the second half. The 1-1.
Leibel goes chasing down low, 1-2.
Good job there by Kokodinsky to run the slider inside to the left-handed hitter, and it's 1-2. Sweets lost their last time out on Sunday by a score of 8-1. Looking to bounce back here even to slate against the Pickles after Portland swept the Nestor-Lesky. 1 ball, 2 strikes, runner at second.
1-2 with 1 down. Leibel, another swing and a miss. Over to first, 2 down. And the Pickles still looking for offense here after a leadoff double from Ryan Gardino as Connor Henricks will look to get things going with 2 down. Henricks third on the team in RBI, or average I should say, at 345. First pitch outside, 1-0. 10 hits and 6 RBIs for Henricks. Another Santa Clara Bronco in this lineup. Up high, 2-0.
Sweets just ending an 11-game home stretch after they finished up their series against the Portland Pickles this past weekend. Runner at second, 2 outs. 2-0 count. Henricks watches the slider in on the outside corner.
Called a strike on the outside by Chad Little.
The Pickles picked up the first series sweep for either team in the all-time series between these squads this past weekend. Kokodinsky, a long look into his catcher letter O, has gotten what he likes. 2-1 count. The pitch.
3-1 to Connor Henricks.
Henricks, the right-handed hitter, rising junior from Santa Clara, stands back in. hits on the season, 10 for 29. The 3-1.
And Hendricks,
The air foul right side. That
3
one
and
goes
2.
out of play. 3 and 2, 2 outs. And a runner at second base. Hendricks 1 for 8 in the series against Walla Walla. 2 RBIs, 2 walks. 345 hitter, 855 OPS.
Ryan Gardino at second,
11th game
looking to score here in the bottom of the second, and the Pickles looking to strike first. Payoff pitch coming with 2 down to Hendricks. Goes down hacking. And after giving up a leadoff double, Mark Kokodinski retires 3 straight. No score as we head to the third here at Walker Stadium.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Bradley McVay back on the hill for his third inning of work. Here in the top of the third, as for the first time tonight, we take a look at scores around the West Coast League. Right now in the top of the fourth, the Bellingham Bells lead the Wenatchee Apple Sox 2-1. And the Ridgefield Raptors on top of the Port Angeles Lefties 3-1 in the bottom of the fourth. First offering from McVay to Jack Sheward, the designated hitter, called the ball 1-0.
8-9-1 due up for your Walla Walla Sweets. Sheward, Matthew Clark, and then Paul Meyer the fourth. The leadoff man set to bat. Bradley McVay fires a fastball. This one misses low and inside. 2-0.
2-0 now.
Jack Sheward really picked things up.
167 this summer for Jack Sheward.
Circling at the plate, but over his last couple of games, been
2 RBIs so far this season.
Pickles.
2-0.
Slaps one in the air.
Opposite way into the netting down the right field line. Of course, one of the newest features here at Walker Stadium, the extra netting to provide safety for the fans down the right field and left field berms.
Neighbor Arlington, Washington. Highway of Lewis Clark State. 167 hitter stands back into
3-1.
swing there, but watches the fastball upstairs. Count now 3-1 from Bradley McVay. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Just a bit low.
And a leadoff walk as Sheward is on.
To Sheward. First walk of the night for him.
As we go to the bottom of the order for the Swedes, and Matt Clark will step in.
Bradley McVay, 20 strikes and 11 out of the zone. That brings up tonight to the center fielder, Matthew Clark, who excellent diving catch in the first inning, showing off his glove. Now stands back in at the
Clark also hitting 167 this summer. McVay with a long look at first, comes home, fouled off 0-1.
center. That's Carter Booth. As Clark fouls off the first pitch, fastball. Okay. 0-1. Clark homered in his second at bat as a Walla Walla Sweet. 1 homer, 2 RBIs. 2 for 12 on the year thus far. Middle infield's in double play. McVay a couple of
McVay finally comes home. That one ripped right to short out there, and they turn the double play. Nice snag there by Connor Hendricks, and a bullet over to first base to turn 2. And just like that, 2 down for Walla Walla.
bag at first and was caught over first off the throw by Hogan. So first baseman Sheward. And the leadoff walk erased here. Nobody on base now. 2 outs in the top of the
Again, Connor Henricks flashing the leather right there. 2 down for Paul Myro. Flew out to center field in his first AB. First pitch finds the zone, 0-1. McVay quickly ahead, 0-2. As McVay is looking for strikeout number 2 tonight. Tried to get him to chase up high, 1-2. One, two. That one foul.
Here's the 1-2. Fastball high and away.
2-2.
Myro the fourth, Nevada native, Oregon State Beaver, redshirt freshman. Starting at shortstop tonight, his favorite position to play. He says loves being the captain of the defense. It's been a good glove in the field.
2's from McVay. Just outside, according to Chad Little.
3-2 is the count. McVay back to the hill. Well set in his waist.
Payoff pitch 2 down, out in front of that, strike 3. And McVay with another solid top half of an inning. We go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless.
Where'd you get that shirt? Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles. Portland Pickles? Where can I get that? I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch tent at the games. What kind of stuff do they sell there? Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers. That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some up. Hey, you definitely should.
Catch every new Portland Pickles and Wild Wild West League merch drop at pickleshop.com.
Ivan Luna will lead it off here in the bottom half of the third. And like we mentioned before, a couple former Pickles getting drafted in the last couple of days. Another one, another former Washington State Cougar in Zane Mills. Taken in the 4th round by the St. Louis Cardinals. The 120th overall pick. Here's Ivan Luna, as I mentioned, leading it off here in the third. First pitch over to third, Justin Foles across the diamond. 1 pitch, 1 out.
We're going to show the number 1. Another good play there by Justin Foles. His 10th start over at the hot corner this year's primary position, but he's also played all over the top.
From the University of Utah, number 18, Carter
Ruffo with his first home run as a Pickle in this last series against Walla Walla.
Here with John Jensen, the hitting coach of the Portland Pickles. Coach, what do you think?
So far, so good. We got Brad McVay on the mound right now, so I think he's going to give us his best efforts out there. And I know the offense will start to get rolling here. It takes us a while to get going, so just got to keep having quality at bats, and I think the boys will be fine.
With a 1 hit on each side and no runs so far, we're hoping that it's an offensive explosion, but I guess that's going to be seen a little bit later in the game.
Yeah, I mean, the Walla Walla pitch right now, he's pitching pretty good. We just got to see his curveball up, and I know Brad McVay will keep us in the game for a while. So just got to tell the guys to keep having quality at bats and just stay patient, and the runs will come.
Hopefully Coach Grant will see his starting pitcher resurrect himself up to the top of the leagues and strikeouts, so we'll see if that happens, but do appreciate it. John, nothing but best of luck to you tonight.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.
We're going to send it back up to Ben Creighton up in the stands, up in the press box, if you will. So take it away, Ben.
All right, Kev, appreciate it. 2-2 coming home here to Carter Booth. That one ripped into the alleyway in left center. Matt Clark trying to track it down. That's going to slam off the wall. And Carter Booth is in there with a stand-up double with one down. And once again, Portland with a runner in scoring position. As we go back to the top of the Pickles order, and Justin DeCrisio flew out to center field in his first at-bat back in the bottom of the first, as Matt Clark had a really nice diving catch out in center. One hit with 2 RBI so far for Justin DeCrisio. Made his Pickles debut just about a week ago. Shows bunt, pulls it back, up 1-0. As the sun is starting to shine extremely bright here into this press box. Can't see it on camera, obviously, but I am squinting like none other. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Carter Booth looking to become the first run of the night for the Pickles. That one gets away, and Booth will move up 90 feet to third base. And now the first run potentially of the night for Portland, 90 feet away.
Taking a few steps back, corners in. 3-0's the count.
3-0 to DeCrisio. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk. Runners at the corners now for Noah Guyette. Grounded over to third. Back in the bottom of the first. Guyette back in the lineup tonight after not playing back on Sunday. First pitch to him. Lifts it opposite way into left. And he's just going to let that one go foul. Looked like maybe he just let that one go foul, because if he snagged that, Carter Booth had a pretty good chance to tag up from third and score. Because it looked like Nico Corey could have made that catch. Again, at this point of the night, hard to see out in the outfield with the sun shining directly here into the press box. 0-1 to Guyette, off speed, 0-2.
Motivates guys around him. One of the emotional leaders on this team, likes to get guys fired up. Very energetic player. The 0-2.
Guyette, runner on the move as Wetterow fakes the throw down to second, and a stolen base for Justin DeCrisio.
Thus far tonight. 8 for 36 on the year.
1-2. Two Pickles in scoring position.
1-2. Slider.
Popped up.
Into the air, left side of the infield. Myro the fourth, the short
Myro
runs out into the outfield.
makes the squeeze for the second out.
Big out number 2 there by Kokodinsky, forcing a pop out as the runners have to stay put. Two away, still
Two down for Matt Jew.
Number 30 from Santa Clara,
Also a ground out to third in his first AB.
2 1 4 Pickles in the lineup tonight. And is hitting over 300. First pitch. Good slider. Kokodinsky's really got the break.
0-1. Pickles have had their chances early on with a couple of runners in scoring position, just haven't been able to capitalize. Matt Jew looking to change that here in the bottom of the third with 2 on. 0-1 to Matt Jew. Fouled off. 0-2.
Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning. Pickles and Sweets still tied, 0-0. A double and a walk. Get the base runners here for Portland in this bottom of the third thus far.
Mark Kokodinsky looking to get out of another jam here. 1-2.
All 3 hits so far in this ball game have been doubles. Gardino and Booth, the doubles for the Pickles. Parker Price, an opposite field 2-bagger for Walla Walla back in the first inning.
1-2 to Matt Jew. Just misses above the letters.
Good idea there by Kokodinsky. It's 2-2 as he adjusts his left foot now. Back in specific here, 2-2 to count. 52 pitches thus far for Mason Kokodinsky. 6'4" rising sophomore in the Loyola Marymount. 31 strikes, 21 out of the zone. 3 strikeouts thus far. Both batteries faced. And Matt Jew stands back.
2's to Matt Jew.
Breaking ball hits straight back.
Continues to fight.
Down remains put. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Another matchup between a pair of West Coast Conference foes. Matt Jew at Santa Clara. Mark Kokodinsky, as we mentioned before, down to Loyola Marymount.
Series for Walla Walla. Kokodinsky, a long look into count one. Always got his sign.
2's on repeat to Matt Jew. Swing and a miss, foul tipped into the glove. And Mark Kokodinsky once again gets out of the bottom half of an inning. Still scoreless as we head to the fourth.
Where'd you get that shirt? Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles. Portland Pickles? Where can I get that? I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch stand at the games. What kind of stuff do they sell there? Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers. That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some up. Hey, you definitely should.
Catch every new Portland Pickles and Wild Wild West League merch drop at pickleshop.com.
All right. All right, back here in the top of the fourth, as Parker Price will fly out to right field for the first out. Colin Wetterow will step into the box, and we're now joined by Mags on the phone. Of course, suspended the next 2 games. We'll be back here at Walker Stadium on Thursday night. Mags, how you doing? I'm sure you want to be at the ballpark, but at least you get to watch your guys online here on the live stream.
Yeah, I'm watching the game.
It's breaking up.
Hit with runners scoring. Back good ball. Guys off base. Yellow away.
He's breaking up really badly.
All hard place. If you control that guy, shut up.
I got to ask you, obviously, like we talked about in the broadcast, the Pickles have just been rolling. You guys have won 10 of your last 11 games in West Coast League play. What's been the key for you guys as of late?
Have 3 things they can do. They can kick, they can play defense, and they can score runs. Be offensive. They're pretty successful.
Hey, the call dropped. The call dropped. It dropped in the middle of his. Hey. All right, appreciate Mags. Fortunately, we had a little bit of connection issues there. As Colin Wetterow gets all the way to third base on a triple, opposite way, right to Noah Guyette for the second out. And here's Nico Corey. Sure, let's try it. So again, Nico Corey now at the dish now as we got Mags back online. Coach, really sorry. Like I said, we had a little bit of connection issues here at Walker Stadium. And you talked about a little bit about the offense, you know, specifically Leo Mosby. I mean, defending West Coast League Player of the Week. Obviously, we saw the heroics last week in that Cowlitz series. What have you seen from him offensively in the last week or so?
He's not a lot of moving parts, right? His coach is simple. He has the ability to repeat his mechanics, and he does a great job of competing. I mean, one of those extra base hits was a 2-strike knock, so that tells you how good he's seeing the baseball. That's a good pitch by Matt. You know, I think you're probably see Matt next pitch in the stock.
Mags, really appreciate it. Excited to see you back here at Walker Stadium, and we'll talk to you then, all right? Enjoy the rest of the game. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still scoreless.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Where'd you get that shirt? Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles. Portland Pickles? Where can I get that?
Bottom four we go. Still goose eggs on the scoreboard between the Pickles and the Walla Walla Sweets. As Ryan Gardino, a double down the left field line. Back in the second inning, will step back in. Again, game 2 and game 3 tomorrow night and Thursday. Of course, Wednesday night, as always, with every Wednesday here at Walker Stadium. Woof Wednesday, bring out your furry friends out here. First pitch to Gardino outside for a ball, 1-0. Two hits each between the Pickles and the Sweets. The 2 hits coming from that double from Ryan Gardino, as I mentioned just a second ago, as well as a double off the bat of Carter Booth. 1-1.
slightly as well. Full
1-1 Gardino off the fists into center. Matt Clark underneath it. One down.
Here's your designated hitter from UC Santa Barbara, number 16, Leo Mosby.
0 for 1, Leo Mosby with a backwards K. Called a ball on the outside by Chad Little.
So far, very effective on the hill. He's got 4 strikeouts to his credit. 58 pitches, 35 strikes. Here's the 1-0.
1-1 for Kokodinsky.
Says the home plate umpire Chad Little. Ball 1 strike. Kokodinsky doing an excellent job of changing speeds thus far. Again, primarily going to that 4-seam fastball and the slider. Working that slider on that outside corner.
1-1. 1-2 as Mosby lifts a souvenir out of play.
Mosby 0 for 1 with a strikeout thus far, batting .345. Here's a
1-2. Mosby through the hole into left for a base hit. And again, continuing his tremendous week. His first hit of the night. By the way, Mosby now 11 of his last 22. You want to talk about being efficient in the box. That's it right there. 11 of his last 22 as Mosby is on with a 1-out single. Here's Evan Leibel. Another matchup of a pair of LMU Lions. Kokodinsky won the first meeting. First pitch strike there. And I mentioned before, Evan Leibel hit 182 this past season down at Loyola Marymount, but has really improved that mark to 250 this summer. You like to see that from a hitter, really getting better offensively in the box, and you hope for Leibel he can carry that momentum into the 2022 campaign.
Richfield is dominating Port Angeles 8-1 over in Richfield. That game is in the bottom of the 5th. And then Walla Walla in Portland, the only other league game taking place here on this Tuesday night. Several teams playing non-league games. Throw over the first.
Check over.
Back in time is Mosby. Portland so far in the year.
Mosby does have 2 stolen bases so far this summer. 1-1 to Evan Leibel. That one will drift foul.
Take a look at the West Coast League standings here in just a moment as well. We're updating you on the scoreboard. Kokodinsky nods to his catcher Wetero. Mosby quickly to first, held by Payton. The 1-2.
Weibel up the middle, over to short. Myro out at second as they turn the 6-4-3 double play. A pitcher's duel continuing here at Walker Stadium as we head to the 5th. Still no score.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Top of the 5th we go, still scoreless between the Pickles and the Walla Walla Sweets. And like we mentioned before, Mags serving a suspension right now. You can get a free Mags t-shirt if you scan the QR code on your screen right now. So we go from one Portland Pilot to another on the bump as KJ Ruffo will take over on the mound for the Pickles here in the top of the 5th. And a 0-0 tie. Only 5 total hits between the Pickles and the Sweets up to this point. As Bradley McVay will come out after 4 innings of work. Solid work, only allowing 2 hits. Ruffo making his 6th appearance of the summer. As we're finally ready to roll here in the top of the 5th. Only 1 inning of work during the college season with the Pilots against the Oregon Ducks. Can also hit in the box as well. Hit 300 with 1 RBI in 10 at-bats for the Pilots, including a 2-hit night against the Oregon Ducks, nationally ranked, and the Pilots got the W down in Eugene. First pitch to Justin Foltz. First pitch strike.
Foltz is 6th sitting third baseman, 1 home run on the year at the first home run of the season for Walla Walla and the longest of the year thus far. Just over 415 feet to dead center in the opening series of the season against Cal.
The 2 hits early on for Walla Walla came off a double by Parker Price. And then that 3-bagger back in the 4th by Colin Wetterow. As I mentioned before, it has been a pitcher's duel so far here at Walker Stadium. 1-1 from Ruffo. This one into right. Running in is Ryan Gardino, but Justin DeCrisio will call him off for the first out. Now I'll bring up the right fielder, Seth Ryberg. Grounded out to third in his first at-bat. And a pretty cool story for KJ Ruffo coming out of Rex Putnam High School of how he got to play college ball. When he was back in high school, he was actually catching in a game at the Baseball Factory Showcase. The pitcher had to come out of the game due to an injury. There were no pitchers left, but there was another catcher, so KJ was asked to go out on the mound, and he ended up hitting 94 miles per hour on the gun. And that very night, the Portland Pilots offered him a scholarship. He also got partial scholarship or walk-on offers from Oregon State, Oregon, USC, and UCLA, but decided to make his way to the Bluff to play for Jeff Loomis and the Pilots. So again, a very versatile player, not only on the bump. 1-1. That burns the inside half, 1-2.
2/3 of the way there.
Good fastball so far for Ruffo, also a slider and a changeup. Knocks to his catcher, Lilo quickly gets his signs. He's in 1-2 strikes to Seth Ryberg, primary right fielder so far this year for the Sweets.
1-2 to Ryberg. Breaking ball misses high.
2-2 is the count. Ryberg 22 hits on the season. Season high 2 RBIs. Stands back in the 2-2.
2-2. Inside, 3-2.
Ducks out of the way. 3-2 is the count. As he's talked about so far this year, he's played an excellent defensive right field. Was a primary middle infielder at Point Loma Nazarene. Got more playing time in the second half of the season. Got a hit in each of his last 8 starts with the Sea Lions.
Payoff on the way. Opposite way into left. Matt Jew makes the grab for the second out.
So a pinch hitter here for Walla Walla. Jack Stewart subbed out. Will Grin comes into the game. A left-handed batter to face the right-handed.
And we'll get a pinch hitter here in the top of the 5th. Will Grimm will step into the box.
Something going here with 2 outs, top of the 5th. First pitch, watches the fastball.
On the upper half, 0-1.
Coaches for the Walla Walla Sweets have talked about how Grimm swings a very healthy bat at the plate. He's got a level plane at the plate. Good line drive swing.
0-1 from Ruffo.
Slider a little bit outside. KJ Ruffo, the reliever for the Pickles. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Will Grimm, .255 average this summer. 13 hits and 10 RBIs. Tied for second on this Sweet squad in ribbies this summer.
1-1.
Inside.
2-1 is the count. Sweets left it in straight.
Those 10 RBIs tied
Picking up the triple with 1 out, but a line out by Peyton and then a pop out sitting
with Cameron Butler on this squad.
2-1, the pitch.
3-1 now.
Outside 3-1 is the count.
Everybody clap your hands.
In RBIs. One of 3 sweeps with double-digit RBIs so far this year. Seth Ryberg leading the way with 11. Nobody on. 2 out.
3-1, 2 down. Fouls it off.
Fastball straight back off the top.
Payoff pitch upcoming.
Payoff pitch upcoming here. 3-2 is the count. Grimm's longest hit streak of the year, 6 games. Stands back in. Straight stance.
Ruffo looking for a 1-2-3 5th.
Bat out in front.
Payoff pitch. Off the fist. Into center. Beautiful catch. Connor Hendricks covering a lot of real estate to make that grab for the 3rd out. Flashing the leather once again tonight. A couple of solid defensive plays by the Santa Clara Bronco. Pickles still looking for some offense as we head to the bottom half of the 5th.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Still no score between Portland and Walla Walla here in game one of this three-game set. And again, talking about several Pickles who heard their names called in the MLB draft over the last couple of days. Another one, the UCLA Bruin, Noah Cardenas, taken in the 8th round by the Minnesota Twins. So congrats to Noah. As Connor Henricks, who made that great play defensively to end the top half of the 5th, will lead it off here in the bottom of the half of the inning. Connor Henricks with a strikeout, went down swinging in his first at bat. High chopper over to third, backing up is Justin Foles. Off balance throw in time for the first out. And here comes Ivan Luna. Mason Kogodinski, by the way, has also been impressive on the bump tonight. Has allowed 3 hits up to this point as he faces Ivan Luna. First pitch, a ball, 1-0. And there is an arm getting loose in the Walla Walla bullpen right now. Looks like a southpaw getting loose right now. 1-0 to Luna. Ivan Luna coming off a tremendous college season down at Fresno State with the Bulldogs, where he hit .310 with 3 home runs and 19 RBIs. One of the starting outfielders for the Bulldogs. 3-0. That one just catches the outside. Of course, the pitcher's duel, not really surprising when you talk about the Portland Pickles. One of the best pitching staffs in the West Coast League. 3-2. According to Chad Little, Ivan Luna didn't really like that call. And it looks like Luna has a case. Payoff to Luna. Goes down swinging. 2 down. 5th K of the night for Kokodinski. And here's Carter Booth. 1 for 1 with a double. Off speed on the outside, 0-1.
4 2 third, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts for Kokodinski. 0-1, another slider loops, one over to second base.
Over to second, makes the grab. Parker Price ends the 5th to the 6th. Only 5 total hits in this one here at Walker Stadium.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
Where'd you get that shirt? Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles. Portland Pickles? Where can I get that? I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch tent at the games. What kind of stuff do they sell there? Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers. That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some up. Hey, you definitely should.
Catch every new Portland Pickles and Wild Wild West League merch drop at pickleshop.com.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Another new arm on the mound for the Pickles here in the top of the sixth. They'll go to Tucker Grote out of the bullpen, as Grote will make his sixth appearance. 6 1/3 innings of work. 6 strikeouts with a 2.84 ERA, as he will face Matt Clark, bottom of the Sweets order, to lead things off here in the top of the sixth. First pitch, high for a ball, 1-0.
Top of the sixth inning here, the pitcher's duel, no score in game one of this 3-game series between the Walla Walla Sweets and the Portland Pickles. Brendan Monty back with you as Matthew Clark ahead now 1-0.
Grote with 1-0 out in front of that one. 1-1. Another look at West Coast League action, all knotted up at 4 in the bottom half of the fifth between Wenatchee and Bellingham, and it is a runaway up I-5 in Ridgefield as the Raptors have a 10-1 lead. As Clark will head over to first.
It's the fastball there, now trots down to first base. The leadoff man aboard here for the Sweets in the top of the sixth. As both teams still looking for that first run here in this ballgame.
And after just one batter, Brian Grant is going to come up and talk to Grote.
With Tucker Grote.
Again, a runaway up in Ridgefield. The Raptors up 10-1 on Port Angeles.
For the Walla Walla Sweets, no runs, 3 hits.
As I mentioned before, a couple more Pickles games this week. Tomorrow night, as always, with every Wednesday, Wolf Wednesday, and then on Thursday, for the final game of this 3-game set, 7:05 first pitch, it is the Mascot Olympics. And that's really all I can tell you right now. I'd imagine you got Dylan T, Lil P, and several other mascots. I'll make sure to relay all the info tomorrow night when I get more info. But that should be a fun night on Thursday. And then after Thursday's game, believe it or not, the Pickles will not be back here to Walker Stadium until July 24th when they take on the Gresham Grey Wolves. Grote, throw over to first.
First base, that time by Grote. Clark caught a little bit off bounce, but able to get back with a dot. And in the South Division, Corvallis 23-7 on the year. They've won 3 in a row, winners of 9 of their last 10. Clark a decent lead at first, held by Luna. Grote works from the stretch, first base side of the rubber.
Another throw over to first by Grote.
Over to first, and again, Clark is back as he gets dirty. Portland, arguably been the hottest team in the West Coast League, 15-9 entering this ball game.
Myro on Sunday night in Game 3 of that series between these two clubs up in Walla Walla went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And a third throw over.
Clark is back. He has good wheels over at first, has yet to steal a base this year. Has yet to attempt to steal a base. Ridgefield is 15-12. They're in third place in the South Division, 6.5 games out of first, and then Bend and Cowlitz each finishing up their first halves at 10 and 14. 10 games out of the top spot in the South.
Showing bunt. Leibel throws over to first. 0-1.
Time Clark is back again. Third baseman Guyette pulling in for the bunt here is Myra the fourth. The leadoff man looking for his first hit of the night. Stands back in. 0-1 count. Runner at first. Nobody out. Scoreless ball game. Top of the sixth.
Shows bunt and called a strike. 0-2.
Tucker Grote in his sixth appearance out of the pen this year for a Pickles team that ranks first in the WCL in bullpen ERA. 2.84 is Grote's earned run average. 6 1/3 innings of work.
0-2. That one close.
That one was Mills. Clark just barely able to beat the tag by Luna. Grote a quick pickoff move over to first. Faced a season-high 12 batters his last time out. 3 scoreless innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts against the Cowlitz Black Bears. That was back on July the 7th.
Let's do it again. Over to first. And again, this Portland Pickles pitching staff has been solid this entire season. We talked about it a little bit in the top half of the inning. Portland right now second in the West Coast League. That one is outside, 1-2. The Pickles and the Cowlitz Black Bears, the only two, I should say the only 3 West Coast League teams that haven't allowed triple digits in earned runs this season. Pickles with 81 as Grote gets his first K. Pickles have allowed 81 earned runs coming into game 1 of this series. Cowlitz, right now the best pitching staff in the West Coast League. Pickles, of course, took them down 2 games last week in that 3-game set. The Black Bears have allowed 76 coming into tonight. Port Angeles, by the way, is third, allowing 93. Here's Parker Price. A double and a flyout so far tonight.
Already an extra base hit so far tonight. Takes a fastball away. 1-0 is the count. Price described as one of the toughest, grittiest, and most vocal players in the West Coast League. A good leader for this Sweets team. Veteran player, his second year in Walla Walla.
2-0.
Slider miss blowing away. 2-0. Career 300 hitter at Northwest Nazarene. Did not play this past year due to injury in the team's deep postseason run. Served as the first base coach and also as that vocal veteran leader, as mentioned, for the ball club. Our throw over to first.
Another check over on Matt Clark.
Manager Larry Price talking about Parker, saying he just wanted to get involved in any way that he could this past spring, help the team out any way he could, help some of the younger guys coming in.
3-0.
Misses in the dirt. 3-0 is the count now to Price. And the third hitting Colin Wetterow, who extended his hit streak to 16 games in his last at bat with a triple waiting in the on-deck circle. 3-0 is the count to Parker Price. We'll see if he has the green light or he's taking
And a 4-pitch walk. 2 on for the Sweets with 1 down.
And a hit by pitch and a walk have put runners at first and second here for the Sweets with 1 out coming off the strikeout to Myra the fourth.
And now bring up Colin Wetterow. And we'll get another visit to the mound here. And that is going to do it for Tucker Grote. New arm coming in out of the pen for the Pickles with 2 on, 1 down for the Walla Walla Sweets. Looking to break this scoreless tie here in the top of the 6th.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Where'd you get that shirt? Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles. Portland Pickles? Where can I get that? I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch stand at the games. kind of stuff do they sell there? Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers. That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some up. Hey, you definitely should.
Catch every new Portland Pickles and Wild Wild West League merch drop at pickleshop.com.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
Chris Batosh has been one of the most reliable arms out of the Pickles bullpen as he'll take over here in the top of the sixth with 1 down and 2 sweets on base, making his 7th appearance of the season. 7 1/3 innings of work, 9 strikeouts, has yet to allow an earned run as he will face Colin Wetterow. Had a triple in his last at-bat back in the 4th as he fouls off the first pitch. Lefty on lefty here with 1 down. Again, Colin Wetterow, one of the best hitters right now in the West Coast League, hitting .322 coming into game 1 of this series, which is 9th in the league. In a big spot here. 0-1, 0-2.
Third time this year, or second time this year for that matter, that Batosh has faced off against the Sweets. 2 scoreless innings his last time, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. An opponent's hitting just .087 against him. 6'3" lefty from Cal Pauley, glances over to second at Clark.
0-2 from Batosh. Freezes him. Strike 3 on the outside half.
2 away.
Big K there from Chris Batosh. And here's Eli Payton, 0 for 2 tonight. The southpaw going up against another lefty here with 2 down. That one outside for a ball.
Only gone hitless in 1 game so far this year in league.
1-0 out in front of that one. 1-1.
Four multi-hit games on the year for Payton. Makes back in open stance from the left side. That resting above his left shoulder.
2-1.
Breaking ball low and away. Umpire Chad Little. 2-1 is the count. 11 hits on the year for Eli Payton and 40 at-bats. 4 runs scored, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Here's the 2-1.
3-1.
In the dirt and outside. 3-1 is the count. Season high in RBIs is 2. Same goes for hits. First and second, 2 outs. Top of the 6th, no score, 3-1 count. Lefty-lefty matchup. Batosh deals 3-1.
And
ball 4. And the base is
that one in the dirt. Base is juiced here for Walla Walla.
Second walk here of the inning for Sweets hitters. Hit by pitch by Clark, who's the third. 2-3 passes, loading the bases.
And Nico Corey will step in with the bases loaded.
Right-handed hitting left fielder Nico Corey.
A fly out and a ground out.
Signed for the remainder of the season.
First pitch inside for a ball.
go low and inside. 1-0 is the count. Just 5 hits in the ballgame between these two ball clubs. We'll take any walks, free passes you can get here.
On the ground is short. Hendricks will just step on the bag, and Chris Batosh gets out of that bases-loaded jam. Still goose eggs on the scoreboard as the Pickles still looking for their first run of the night as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Still no score between the Pickles and the Sweets. Justin DeCrisio with a fly out and a walk will lead it off. And again, another Pickle as we continue to name a bunch of former Pickles who had their names called in the MLB draft over the last couple of days. Mikey Perez, drafted by the Minnesota Twins. 1-1 to DeCrisio.